Hello, bookworms, bibliophiles, and lovers of all things literature. Welcome to the 50th chapter of the Braless Book Guild podcast, where we discard our bras and roll the dice to talk about books both published and unpublished. We are your hosts. I'm Jenna. This is Marissa.
Hello.
And here's Megan.
Hi.
And as always, let's get started and talk about what we're drinking. Marissa, what are you drinking?
Jenna, what am I drinking?
Megan, actually, I'll let you talk about it since you and Marissa are drinking the same thing.
Yeah, so we are drinking the District Blend, in quotes. This is one that when I went to Washington, D.C. for my close friend's wedding, I found a farmer's market, and of course there was a stall that was selling tea, and I was like, uh-oh.
Always.
So I got 3 different things of tea, and one of them is called the District Blend, and it is like an English breakfast, but they said it's like more Indian style than, I guess, Western? I don't know. But yeah, I think it's very good. I like it.
I'm very curious about that one, but I went with your the Frenchie.
The Frenchie tea. Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I must try this. It has it's a black tea with vanilla, citrus, rose, and hints of caramel. All of that sounds like stuff I would love. So
Yeah.
I was like, I have to try this. And I thought it would go great with our little creme brulee cookies that I brought from Costco that just go so well with black tea. So Marissa's not enjoying the creme brulee cookies. At least not yet. She might give in later. We'll pressure her.
I haven't tried them yet, but when I do,
Yeah.
I will I'll give you my verdict.
Perfect. Okay, so this is our special 50th episode. We have we are halfway to 100 now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was going to say centennial episode, but my brain
No.
couldn't function
Not
on
yet.
that.
That's
our
a lot.
half a centennial. I don't even know. My brain's not doing it right now.
Drink some tea.
Yeah, I need more caffeine to wake up. This is actually the morning time. It's early or late morning, but it's still morning. But so for this, we decided we were going to play some games, ask each other some trivia questions, and then we came up with some other questions that we did in this game format where we roll 2 d6 dice, and one will talk about the horizontal, and then the other will be vertical, and there's a question in like a bingo style. And so whatever you roll, you have to answer that question. It'll be interesting because we have no control on whether or not we roll the same thing over and over and over again and get the same question. So
I
may
was
just be rolling.
I was going to keep track with a marker and just like cross off what we've
Oh,
already
yeah.
done. But
For sure, but we
yeah.
could still theoretically mess this up.
Yeah.
Can I just say that I also like that we can tell we're D&D players when you say D6?
And not six-sided.
Well, not even that. Just anybody else would say where we roll dice.
That's true.
yeah.
Where we roll dice.
D6 is the standard dice for it.
Yes. If you see the idea that Megan sent us, it has just the standard dice. So yeah, we're totally D&D players because it's written on our dice 1 through 6 instead of dots.
And our dice are real pretty.
Yeah, and it's fun because we each got to pick out our own dice to bring for this. I did not bring mine because I knew that Marissa had plenty and Megan would be bringing hers, so why bring extra dice?
It's just more choices, and it's so hard to narrow down. Like, it was hard enough for me to narrow down to these because my other campaign, I'm a rogue, so I get all the D6s.
Yeah, I honestly, I thought I originally picked out 2 of Marissa's, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick out 1 of Megan's. I'll have 1 of Marissa's and 1 of Megan's, so I'm pretty excited about that.
By our powers combined, we make Jenna.
Yay! So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to start it with trivia because the dice game doesn't have a natural end. And Megan kind of set up a trivia thing because Megan is our trivia queen.
I love trivia.
I am not great at trivia, so we're going to see how this goes.
There was a time when we played Jackbox games and it was the murder mystery trivia.
Yeah.
And I think it was Marissa that said, I will beat Megan was her name.
Yeah, it
Or
was.
just like beat Megan. I just like knowing things. It's the
Look, I know a lot of random facts. It's just never what I actually need to know in trivia or anything like that, so.
I do kind of wish that I had prepared for this a little bit more and could have done a bit more trivia for us. Megan's more prepared.
we were very last minute with this.
We were like, yeah, let's plan something special for our 50th. And then last night, we were like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah, it was. We thought we were going to come up with all this stuff. It's been wild. Poor Megan got sick.
I went to Washington, D.C., came back, got sick, and then went to Disneyland, and I just got back yesterday, and I am very tired.
Yeah, poor Megan's she's usually the planner of our bunch.
I had no time and energy to do it.
Yeah.
The only thing I did when I was sick was watch The Handmaid's Tale, to rewatched it for the final season.
Yeah.
So that's all I did.
Oh. I need to watch it, but I've talked about it. I watch no fun things now that I'm an adult with a child.
Listen, 5 seasons in a week is a lot.
Oh yeah, it's a very emotional
I don't
show,
recommend
too.
it.
Marissa is our probably second most planner because my life is chaos and I don't plan anything well. And Marissa's also been busy and had like a million things going on lately. So
Got like a full-time job plus
Yeah.
social obligations,
a couple
plus
D&D
games.
campaigns.
Yeah.
Plus, so
and on top of that, a podcast.
and on top of that, a podcast. So yeah, we're procrastinators when it comes down to. We did not plan this well. We're gonna plan the 100th episode way better.
Yeah.
Let's start thinking about it now.
Let's start planning now.
Maybe we'll actually be prepared. But yeah, so anyway, I will hand the floor over to Megan and she can trivia us.
All right.
I
wish
have
we had
literally no idea what any of these questions are, so
Yeah,
I have
no clue.
no idea how I'll be able to answer this.
Are these trivia questions about us?
No.
Okay. That's what I wanted to do.
I know.
That's what I thought of for trivia questions.
For our 100th episode, I want to do like a 20 question like thing about our specific episodes. Like in episode 48, you mentioned this book
Yeah.
in regards to this question. What was that book?
Yeah.
So I think for that one, we'll do this one.
I will fail at that trivia because, as we remember, I didn't even remember that Marissa recommended the audiobook of
It's true.
We need like good trivia music for this moment. Like, ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da.
You guys can look that up.
All right, so we're going to start off. We have 6 questions that are not timed. And then we'll go into 4 questions that are timed, and you'll have 30 seconds each to answer them. We'll get to that when we get there.
Okay.
All right, so the first one, I want you guys to just raise your hands if you know the answer.
Okay.
Or you can just shout it out, and if you guys happen to shout it out at the same time, that works.
We
Yay
need a
for
buzzer.
editing.
Yeah, bzz.
Taboo.
In a lot of K-pop games, they like come up with their like team name, and they have to shout that team name. But a lot of the times they try and make it fun, and it has to be like a 10-syllable long team name.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh.
You guys don't have to do that. All right. So far there have been 5 Hunger Games books. In each book there is a different year of the Hunger Games. Like it's the first Hunger Games, the second Hunger Games, etc. Of those 5 books, what year Hunger Games were they?
Oh, I only know 2 of them.
Yeah.
Eh?
The 2 obvious ones.
Which ones?
The first 3 Hunger Games, the original trilogy, is the 75th,
Mm-hmm.
and
The 74th, because it's technically choosing the 74th.
yeah, so it was
and
the 74th, 75th, and then if we did Sunrise on the Reaping, that's
He
the
was
50th.
the 50th. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what the songbird. I think it's like the 5th or something. It's like early on.
yeah, it's one of the really
it's not
early
the first
ones,
one, but it was early. I don't know what Sunrise on the Reaping is.
yeah.
So it's later than the 5th. I'll give you that hint.
Was it like the 12th?
It is earlier than the 12th.
Okay,
The 10th?
The 10th. It is the 10th.
Okay.
Yay! You got it. Yeah, so we'll go
Look,
in order.
she would have really messed us up if she had chosen like the 7th.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good even number.
yeah.
That's why I thought it'd be easy enough.
Yeah.
So yes, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is the 10th year, and then Haymitch's new story, The Sunrise on the Reaping, is the second quarter quell, the 50th, and then it starts off with 74th was the original The Hunger Games book, and then Catching Fire was the 75th.
Yeah, nice. We
Good
worked
job.
together on that one.
And they did joke in Mockingjay, where it's like, everyone welcome to the 76 Hunger Games,
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
were going through the Capitol and there was like
Yeah.
traps and stuff there. They were just like, yeah, it's basically Hunger Games. Okay, good job. Next one. This one might be a little hard for you, but I do think Marissa might get it just because she knows Greek mythology. What cabin was Percy Jackson placed in before he was claimed by Poseidon? So when Percy Jackson went into camp, Half-Blood, there's a bunch of cabins, and because he wasn't claimed by Poseidon yet, he was placed in a cabin. Which Greek god parent cabin was he placed in?
I'm just gonna throw Ares out.
No, it wasn't Ares. Ares, I want to say it's something that's like.
No, wasn't it the? No, that's why I keep thinking of that.
Because I feel like there's a cabin that's like the you don't know your parent cabin.
Yes, that is exactly it.
And I don't know what that is.
It's the one that doesn't have any kids, right?
No, it's the one that has all the kids.
Oh, all the
Zeus?
kids. Zeus.
No, sorry. The lore of Percy Jackson is the big three: Hades, Zeus, and Poseidon were not allowed to have kids.
Yeah.
So no, it was not Zeus.
Big lore of the
And-
of Percy Jackson is that Zeus didn't do the one thing Zeus is known for doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't the party one. I don't think it was the party one.
Not Dionysus.
No, he's in it.
Yeah.
But
He also does have a lot of kids.
yeah, that's what I would think has had a lot of kids. I don't know.
Interesting. It's Apollo.
Oh, okay.
See, that's why I was thinking Ares, because the A's just mix up in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apollo and Ares.
It's funny because you said it's the one with all the kids, and I'm like, well, that went exact opposite of what I was thinking. So I was like, is it like Vesta or something like that?
Yeah.
I thought Athena, which was his sister.
Yeah. All right. Here's one you guys should know. And this one technically has two answers, but we can debate a little bit. How many temple children survived the burning of the temple in the Jasmine Throne?
Oh, well, that's a debate of a spoiler on it.
Yeah, you could say.
Okay, so it survived the burning of the temple.
Survived the burning of the temple.
Okay.
3 would be, we'd have
Priya,
Priya,
Ashok.
Ashok, and Bhumika.
But Bhumika technically wasn't in the temple during the burning of the temple.
But
But
she,
she
was
is a temple child that survived, it.
Yeah. So that's where I was saying the debate was going
Yeah.
to come in. So technically, yes. At that point, she had renounced her temple child, like...
She hadn't, her parents had like taken her
Yeah,
back.
they,
It wasn't
like,
like she
stole her
renounced
back.
it.
Oh,
She
they
like,
did. I forgot
she,
about
like-
that. I thought she left on her own volition.
And I don't think that they were like fully stealing her back even. I think it was that she was
She was called
like,
back to be...
share it, like they were supposed to be like taking care of her. She needed like something family wise, and they brought her.
Well,
home
they
for
brought her back because she was the daughter of... They were like a political family.
Yeah.
Oh, she was
and
like
they
the heir.
needed her to be
Be an
the
heir.
political part.
Right.
Yeah.
So they brought her back for that.
No.
Yeah.
So she survived. She just wasn't there surviving like that
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
But she still did go through the waters, therefore.
But,
And she was twice born, so
I guess-
technically, yeah.
because the other thing I was thinking of is the other survivors, but I guess they weren't temple children.
They were in temple. Yeah, I specifically wanted to say temple children. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, yeah.
Spoilers.
If you guys have not read that book,
Sorry.
we talk about it so much. We loved that series. That was
Mhm.
like one of our favorite series from last year. All right, next one. Next question. On average, and this is talking about not like George R. R. Martin, Brandon Sanderson, James Patterson, or anything like that. On average, how long does it take from ideation to publication for a book lifespan?
No
Literally
clue.
no idea.
Oh, really?
Absolutely no clue.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Do you just want to make a random guess?
No, because I know I'll be way off.
Yeah.
Okay. So it takes about 2 years. So the first year is the writing phase, and then the next year is like you send it to your this is on average, I'm saying again. This
Yeah.
doesn't
I was gonna
involve
say for me
Brandon
it's like
Sanderson who has like 12 books that come out in a year.
oh, and then the me's who think about my book for 5 years before I even put anything on paper.
Yeah, exactly.
So ideation starts way before I even touch the paper.
And then it's about a year of after you send it to your publisher or whatever of editing, and then they have to bind it and everything, and then you do your promo, and then the book comes out. So it's on average 2 years.
Cool.
Okay. Next average. On average, what is the page count for a YA book? And I have 2 page counts for regular YA and like fantasy YA.
So there's 2 different
So
ones.
regular YA, I'm saying like contemporary.
I'd say like 350 for contemporary. and probably like, I'd guess like 525 for fantasy.
Okay, good guess. Marissa?
Oh. For YA.
Oh, I am.
And the
I am
page-
kind of thinking new adult too. I've been putting a lot of those in there. So
Yeah. But and then also the page count is. Because I feel like that's circumstantial as well. I don't know. I'd say just for the contemporary one, I'd say about 300. And then for fantasy, I'd say like 425.
Okay. You guys overestimated.
Yeah.
So on average, it is 240 plus ish for contemporary and 300 for fantasy.
Wow.
I would say though that I feel like the books have gotten bigger, especially for YA, like thicker. And like the font size hasn't changed that much, I would say. And
Yeah.
since I read a lot of YA, I do think it is on the larger side of like 450 for fantasy nowadays.
Yeah, I was gonna say we do have to think about the fact that if you're talking about on average, we're averaging in a lot of those
Yeah.
very short books that they originally wrote. You know, The
10 years ago,
Outsiders was very, very thin book, considering that it was like a huge YA novel
Yeah.
and comparatively. So I guess you're averaging in all these smaller books, and then nowadays, I think if you said like on average in the last 10 years, I think the page count would be higher.
Yeah, I agree. But that's just what Google said. All right. So next, this is a 2-part question as well. What is the longest reigning book of the New York Times best-selling list? There's 2 lists. There's the adult book list, and then there's the children/YA list. So on those, what is the number 1 top-selling longest reigning books for each of those lists? So let's start with the adult. What do you think the adult longest reigning number 1 best-selling list book is?
50 Shades of Grey.
Interesting.
No.
I don't know. That one was such a big thing for so long.
I mean, I want to go classic, but I don't think it would be necessarily. Because, like, I want to go something that, like, I'd be forced to read in school, like To Kill a Mockingbird or 1984 or something.
Yeah, but I don't know if that would be.
I'm going to go with To Kill a Mockingbird.
Very interesting. I almost wanted to say, oh, it's nonfiction. It's debatable.
Wait, hold on. I was gonna say, if you tell me it's nonfiction or debatable, even that changes it. But you just totally
Yeah,
said
the Holy
Bible.
Bible
Yeah,
is the number 1 book. And then for young adult, this one is very easy.
Harry Potter.
Twilight.
That was my first guess, and I was like Harry Potter. Maybe.
Which Harry Potter?
Oh.
Oh, it's very specific apparently. Which Twilight?
Not going to be my favorite Harry Potter, I know that.
I know. I'd say longest. Oh, I mean, I want to say 1 because everyone reads 1 at least, right? If you're starting it, then maybe you decide you don't like it.
That
But
makes sense. I would guess Goblet of Fire.
but that I was gonna say, but I think Goblet of Fire is probably the one that stayed on the longest.
Nope.
Oh, which one?
It is number 1.
Okay.
really?
Yeah.
I would say number
I
1
felt that
seems
was
like
the
it made
logical.
sense because
Yeah.
it's like you start it.
You have
most
to
of
buy
people-
that one to get to the others, yeah. And then if people don't like it enough, then they don't go on to
Finish
the
it,
others, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay. All right, so now we're going to go on our timed questions. You guys have like a 2-second window where I switch from my question to my stopwatch. So you can answer it, so you can like think about it. With this, the rules are, it's a listicle thing, so you have to like list things. That's why I'm giving you 30 seconds to think about it and list them.
Mhm.
If I say like, name all the Harry Potter books, and Jenna forgets one, and her 30 seconds runs out, Marissa, you can name all of them that she has named.
Okay.
Obviously, I mean, with Harry Potter, that doesn't really work.
Yeah.
But like, if there's like random, like some of them will have to be random books that like match this specific category. If she lists some, but her timer runs out, Marissa, you can steal her answers. Good.
Oh, fancy.
Okay. Are you guys ready?
Sure.
All right. This one, I'm going to start off with the bottom question first and work my way up. All right. Name 3 books/series that have anthropomorphized animals. Anthropomorphized animals, just for clarification, are animals that are slightly humanoid. Like they walk on their hands, like Rocket Raccoon would be an anthropomorphized animal. Okay. All right. Whoever wants to go first can raise their hand and I'll start the timer.
I've got 2. I can't think of a third one right now.
I literally can't think of any of them. But I'm bad with this. This is like my like.
Does it
worst
have to
thing
be a
ever.
series or could it be a stand?
No, I said book or series. Yeah.
Okay.
Book or
Yeah.
series.
Okay.
Most of these will be book or series.
I
Okay, Marissa, ready, go.
Geronimo Stilton.
Okay, what animal?
He's a mouse.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's other ones. Wait, I have to name the animals too.
And I was just curious
Oh,
because I
okay.
don't know that one.
The Girls of Paper and Fire
Oh,
series.
Yes.
And then Animorphs.
No, not animorphs.
Not Animorphs?
They're not anthropomorphized because they actually turn into these animals.
see, that's all I could think of is ones that turned into animals.
Okay.
I'm thinking like animals that stand on their feet
Okay.
and act like humans, basically.
Okay. Well, then that changes that.
Okay, and you're out of time? Where is
I
it? Or
literally have no
Jenna?
idea.
Oh, dang.
I don't read a lot of those type of books, so I'd probably be.
Because, no, 'cause that doesn't work.
I'm like, Marissa read Geronimo Stilton, and to be honest, I probably wouldn't have even thought of that one because I'd be like, I don't know. I could have thought of Girls of Paper and Fire, but that is the only book that I could think of that had. And I mean, I guess I could say
Are you going to answer? Because I'm going to start a timer.
I mean, she already.
I
gave me
think at
two,
this
so it's
point-
just
Yep.
a 3 minute.
Yeah,
So
you
if I
just
come
come
up with a
up
third, it would be like a timer anyway.
For the record, they are thinking very hard.
Yeah, we are thinking very hard.
I'm trying to think if.
I'm sure that I could come up with something. I just
Yeah, not in the time limit. and-
my brain doesn't like
It's-
do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once you put pressure on it, you forget everything you've ever read.
Exactly. Exactly.
and- yeah.
That's why I wanted to give you guys a good 30-second timer to
Yeah,
have
Mhm.
that time, but also
I don't know. Give me 3 other books that Marissa came up with, Megan, because I now have no idea.
Yeah, look, we're giving up on this one.
Okay,
Let's go.
yes.
all right. So I was thinking like Animal Farm,
Oh,
Narnia,
I never read Animal Farm. Narnia is a good one.
yeah, Narnia would be a good one.
and then you guys don't know it, but like the Redwall series. That's all literal just animals.
I was
So- not read that.
trying so hard to think. I'm like, is there somebody like in Howl's Moving Castle or something that has that?
I was trying to think. I was like, any of the fairy books?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, maybe any, but couldn't even
Yeah,
think.
even Tamlin, doesn't he turn into like this weird beast thing?
But that's him turning into a beast.
Yeah.
So, and then I
But if
thought
it's-
too. My first thought was Jacob turning into a werewolf
Mm.
or whatever. And then I was
oh,
like,
you
well,
could say
that's
Harry
turning.
Potter.
Yeah, I guess you could say.
I'm thinking like he has to have humanoid features. So like Professor Lupin turning into a werewolf, he's still like
I could have
humanoid.
said
So-
Wicked. I read Wicked.
Yeah,
and
there you
the
go,
Oh,
Wicked.
Wicked would have been a
talked.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wicked or Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, if we were going off of like the werewolf standard of it, then anything with werewolves, like Soulless and
Yeah.
all of that works.
But if you
Do
can't
they turn into actual wolves or are they humanoid? Like, do they still stand on their feet? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure they turn into actual wolves.
Okay.
Same thing with the
well,
other
that's how
ones.
I mean Tamlin in A Court of Thorn and Roses turns
Was an
into a
actual
full
wolf?
beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
okay. I
beast.
thought it
It's
was
not
oh,
a
Beauty and the Beast.
yeah. that
Okay.
works too.
All right. Next
Any of the fairy
one.
tales.
Okay. This one, I will trust your guys' judgment unless we want to debate it and we can like look up the answers.
Okay.
Name 3 actors or actresses who have narrated audiobooks.
Literally wouldn't be able to.
Okay, I'm going to give you 1 minute to think. Starting now. While you guys think, I'm going to eat a cookie.
I need one more. I don't know.
You know one.
Oh, one. I know one.
I need one more, and they're the only 2 I can think of, and I don't know any other audiobooks.
I'll give you my one. Let's work together here.
Can we work together on this one? Can this be a collaborative
Sure.
one?
Yeah. You guys can collaborate.
What's your one, Jenna?
Tim Curry.
Oh, perfect. All right, Stephen Fry, Martin Freeman.
Is Stephen Fry? Oh, yes, he's an actor.
Yep.
I was thinking, who's the guy who does Harry Potter?
Stephen Fry.
Really?
I'm pretty sure Stephen Fry does Harry Potter. Let me double check.
I thought he was like his own thing and everyone just loves him.
I hate that Google changed it.
Jim Dale and Stephen Fry.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so Jim Dale is the one that I know.
Okay.
But that's pretty cool that Stephen Fry does it.
I could think of Stephen Fry and Martin Freeman because I was just
You
listening
just
to
talked about
Hitchhiker's Guide to
Hitchhikers, and that's what made me think of this one. And we always talk about Tim Curry
Curry.
doing Sabriel.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Good job, you guys.
Hey.
I could even do like a one where which authors narrate their own books.
I was
Oh,
like,
I would not be able
yeah, I
to tell you
wouldn't be able
that.
to do that. It was funny because I was trying to think. I was like, man, I've probably only listened to maybe 30 tops audiobooks in my life. Like, tops. I really have just recently got into audiobooks. So and even now it's like I'm doing more on the Kindle. So I was like, none of the audiobooks, with the exception of Sabriel, were by actors, at least not that I know of.
That was my
Like-
thing, is I'm sure there are some that I've listened to that they're actors, but I don't know who it was.
Or they're very unknown actors, you know,
Mhm.
and like,
Yeah.
so.
So I know specifically a lot of Jane Austen books. Emma Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
who played she was in Sense and Sensibility.
Mhm.
I think she was in Sense and Sensibility. Yeah, so she does a lot of Jane Austen books, and then I'm just looking it up, and Florence Pugh does a lot of
Oh, really?
Jane
Oh,
Austen
cool.
books now, it looks like, too, which
Oh.
I would now want to listen to her voice in a Jane Austen, so I'm going to hunt that down. Whatever book it is, I will listen to it.
Florence? Interesting.
Yeah. Also, she's coming out in Thunderbolts, you guys. I'm so excited for that movie.
Me
Uh,
too.
Marissa and Florence Pugh are,
Exactly the same age.
What?
yeah, birthday buddies.
I ship it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just think she's just genuinely one of the most beautiful
She's the
women I've
one-
ever seen not in person, but
She was the one, I think, we actually shared this, where it was like a video or something that was like, she was talking about my birthday is the worst birthday you can have
Oh.
because it's right after Christmas and right after New Year's and nobody wants to party anymore.
exactly.
Everyone
And-
started their resolutions, but they haven't quite given up on their resolutions yet.
Yeah.
Give him one more day. So my mom is the day after yours,
Mm-hmm.
and she always said that her dad was upset because he couldn't write her off on his taxes.
Oh, yeah.
You had to wait. Yep, that's
Jenna.
your literally your child.
My child.
Yeah.
You had to wait a literal entire year before you could write. Okay. So now, this one, if you guys genuinely cannot think of anyone, because I also cannot think of anyone
Okay.
except one,
Oh,
I will give you a chance to even look up.
Okay.
okay.
Name 3 celebrities that have written a book that is not a memoir or biography.
Can we work together on all of these? I just want to throw
yeah, you
out,
guys,
like the
we'll do
collaborative.
teamwork.
yeah.
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah,
Um,
Neil Patrick Harris.
that's-
That's who I thought
yeah,
of too.
originally
Okay.
my first one.
Yeah.
You could stick with that, and another man from that one also. Oh, I'll help you guys with this one. Another man from that also writes children's books.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Not Ted, but the other guy.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I don't know actors.
Marshall,
names,
but what's his actual name?
yeah.
Because I know it. I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
Jason Segel.
Jason Segel. That's
Yeah.
it.
So he does that.
Yeah.
I didn't know Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah,
Oh,
he wrote
yeah.
a children's book too. He
That's
wrote
awesome.
a magic children's book.
That's really cool. That's very Neil Patrick Harris of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Any others that we can think of?
Probably, but not off the top of my head.
Trying to think.
I'm wondering, does Reese Witherspoon, has she written anything? Because she has her book club,
Yeah.
but has she written anything?
I don't think so.
Not that I know of, but she might have.
Under her pen name, so that
Yeah.
she could talk about it on her book club.
Right.
And these are all going to be like, I don't care about memoirs.
What celebrities have written fiction?
Oh,
Carrie Fisher.
Steve Martin. BJ Novak. Tom Hanks. Oh, Tom Hanks is very obvious to me. He would definitely do that. I want to know what Carrie
Hugh
Fisher wrote.
Laurie.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Jenkins Reid. I didn't know she was a celebrity.
Lauren Graham. Tom Hanks makes sense. Woody Allen, obviously.
Yeah.
Marlon Brando wrote a book.
So yeah, it turns out there are plenty out there.
We just don't know about it.
Kyoko, obviously. But you guys might not know who she is.
I don't know who she is.
She's a very famous lesbian.
Very
Oh.
famous lesbian.
She's a artist, like a musician, and she wrote a book based off of one of her songs.
Oh, cool. As someone who has been like very into music, like, okay, you guys, last year was really tough in that I kind of lost my love for music. I finally like found it again, only in the sense that I'm making a playlist for my novel that I'm writing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been so much fun.
That's awesome.
Okay, I
I
have
wrote
one
another-
final question for us. Are you guys
Okay.
ready?
Yes.
Wesley Snipes, The Talent of
I know, I
God.
saw that.
I'm curious. Okay, the last one is, and if you guys, I think you guys don't need to work with each other on this one,
Oh no.
but if you guys wanted to, I'll let you. Name all the Weasleys. Preferably in age order.
Oh, from
Oh,
youngest to oldest, or oldest,
Oldest
to
to
youngest?
youngest.
Oldest to youngest. Was Charlie oldest?
I was gonna say it's either Bill or Charlie. I don't remember which one was oldest.
This includes their parents, by the way.
I think.
Oh,
It's,
well, Molly and
Oh yeah,
what's dad's name?
Arthur,
Molly and Arthur.
Bill and Charlie,
Bill and
Percy,
Percy,
the twins, George and Fred,
Ron,
Ron,
Ginny.
Ginny.
Is Bill older than Charlie?
We can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was Bill or Charlie first. I think Bill's the oldest.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Bill's the one that married Flora, right?
Yeah, Bill was the dragon tamer.
Yeah.
I don't remember who Charlie was.
I don't
Yeah,
honestly remember.
I remember
don't
Charlie
think-
was in it, but I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't think Charlie made an appearance. Did you guys mention Percy as well?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good job. All right, so for our 100th, I'll come up with more niche questions about us.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it real hard.
I mean, I'm totally fine. I think I could do questions about books that we've read or talked about on the podcast. If you had, like when we talked about the ones from obviously Harry Potter, when we talked about
Jasmine Throne.
Jasmine Throne, it's like I could do that. But the random when I have to pull names that do things like that, it's like the minute you ask me,
Yeah, it's all gone.
I'm like, I don't know.
yeah.
Especially, I remember one time we were talking about like your favorite and most talented actors and actresses in the family or something, and I was like, I cannot think of a single actress. No one has ever done acting ever that's a woman.
Yeah.
Like,
Kathy Bates and Morgan Freeman.
yeah, I literally couldn't think. I literally like froze and blanked out and was like, I don't know.
You
I-
have
I'm
never known a single actress.
Yeah,
Yep.
for some reason, all I could think of was Angelina
don't watch
Jolie, and I
TV.
was like, she's not my favorite actress, but she's the only actress I can think of.
So basically, your intelligence role was,
Yes, a one.
or a history. Would that be history or intelligence? Was
any
a
sort
was
of
a nat
intelligence.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a nat one there.
All right. So
Fresh
thank you guys
info.
for indulging me on my trivia.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
fun.
it.
Those were good questions.
Yeah.
I'm excited to keep it up. I hope by our 100th episode we actually remember what we're like talked about this.
Now we won't.
Oh yeah. 100th episode, we're gonna come up with something completely different. We're gonna be like, yeah, we got this great idea, and everyone's
Right.
like, I thought you were doing trivia. Yeah, no.
But the thing is, now we'll be like within what, our third or fourth season or volume by then.
I think we should each come up with crazy trivia questions for each other by our 100th episode. So we each have to have like 5 questions or something.
And if each of us come up with our own, like a same question,
Yeah.
we have to drink.
a drink of tea because Megan doesn't do alcohol.
Yeah. I'll do sparkling apple cider.
Sparkling apple cider. I love it. All right. So are we ready for our rolling?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let
Okay.
me move my cookie.
All right. So how do we want to start this?
I think we should start first by a big shout out to Megan's group that helped us come up with a bunch of these questions.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, I probably should have gone to like the bookish group, but I ended up going to the always fully booked group, which is the planner group that I am a moderator for. Shout out to Megan and Scott who created that planner. Well, Megan created the planner. Scott is just the partner in life and business.
Husbands are very important too.
Yes. But yeah, I posted this question on both the page and the chat group that we're in. And I was basically just like, hey guys, I want fun and silly questions about books. Lay them on me. And yeah, we managed to come up with a bunch. So yeah, thank you guys for all your help if you're listening.
Yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, we pretty much we asked fun bookish questions. We came up with some bookish questions, so we put it in this little graph. Marissa did all the hard work. Megan asked her group of people, and they
You-
did all the other hard
You
work.
came up with the idea. I asked the people. Marissa did the work.
Right. That's how it works. And so we're gonna take turns rolling dice and answering the questions. So, question: do you guys want to do it so that when we roll that, all 3 of us answer the question, or just the person that rolls the dice?
I think all 3 of us should
Yeah, I
answer.
think
Yeah.
all 3 of us.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Marissa, I'll let you start. Do we have it anywhere? Because I don't have it.
I have it.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's I sent
in
it
the
to the
group
group.
chat.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
That's part of why I sent it to the group
Perfect.
chat so that we had it available.
And I will keep track. I will
Come up
keep.
with your dice so you know which one is your horizontal and which one's your vertical.
Yeah.
Tell me which one.
Top and side.
So Marissa's glow in the dark one is going to be the top one.
my
and
The x-axis.
The
And this
horizontal.
is the y-axis.
The y-axis is the metal one, right? Is that metal?
It's not metal, but it's like a gray.
Okay.
and black. It's metal looking, but it's not actually metal. And the part of the reason why I chose it is because it's kind of the opposite. Because the colors are green, like the glow in the dark.
Oh,
I love
fun.
it. Okay, Megan, what is your top and bottom?
So my white oil slick rainbow will be the, what is the x-axis? Is it the horizontal?
Yeah, horizontal.
Okay. And then my dark oil slick will be the vertical.
Perfect. So I am going to choose this pretty red marbly one is going to be my x-axis, and then the clear one with the skull is going to be the y-axis because that's going down to hell or being
Okay.
buried under the ground.
Oh, nice. I like it. All right. And I will keep track of what we finish, and I will
Perfect.
cross it out so we don't have duplicates.
Wonderful.
All
Okay,
right,
Marissa, you can start.
lay it on us.
All right. So 5-3. So 5 over, 3 down is, and this is my this or that question. Fantasy or paranormal?
That's an easy one for me.
It's very easy for Megan. What do you think, Jenna? Fantasy or paranormal?
I think that I like both, but I tend to read more fantasy than I do paranormal. Yeah, but I like both.
I think we all read more fantasy than
Right.
paranormal.
Yep.
And I think that's why I choose paranormal more, is because I want something different.
I was gonna say I
But-
also feel like there is more fantasy out than paranormal. It's not as
I think they're both, but yes, but I also think that that's what we look at
That's
when
true.
we go to the bookstore, so that's why you think that.
probably.
But you can find a lot more paranormal. I like paranormal stuff. I don't read enough paranormals. I watch more paranormal, so
Yeah.
I want to start reading more paranormal.
I went through a phase where I read a lot of paranormal, and especially in high school, my mom and I were into serial killers and whodunits, and there was really cool serial killers that were mediums that hunted serial killers, and I thought that was really
Oh,
cool.
that's fun.
And it was
Yeah.
fun. I loved all her books. Kay Hooper, by the way, she's awesome, and I really enjoyed it. That is how I learned that I have a fear of being buried alive.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
I also think you could put they can mix too, because
Yeah.
you think of stuff like Soulless, where it's a little bit of mixture of paranormal and fantasy.
Yeah,
That's
So-
true.
I agree. So, are vampires and werewolves a part of paranormal?
That's the question. Are
yeah,
they?
exactly.
Yeah,
But
that could be.
they have ghosts in that.
Yeah.
Ghosts, I would say, are definitely paranormal.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Definitely.
Megan, you can roll.
Oh, it's me.
but if anybody was questioning, Megan's answer is fantasy.
Yeah, if
It
you
is
didn't know.
100% fantasy. Okay, 5-3. Wait a second.
That's literally the same thing. Did we really just roll the same thing
Okay,
for the first one?
ones.
5-4. Would you collect special edition books? The answer to this one is obviously yes. I have an entire shelf of special editions. Most of them are I'm thinking of the Fairy Loot books that come out with the sprayed edges or the alternate covers or whatever. I have a ton of those.
Yeah.
I have a ton of them. So yes, I would 100%. How about you, Jenna?
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, it's like I almost, at this point, because I'm reading most of the books on my phone, if I'm going to spend the money on a book, I want it to be a special edition.
Yeah.
So,
And you, Marissa?
I typically don't. I will. I like special edition stuff, but it's not something that I need.
You were just gifted them.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gifted them.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I have something that's I really, really liked this and I want the nice fancy version, sure, but I'm not going to just go collect special edition books.
Yeah.
that's fair. I think it all started for me because I started collecting leather bounds, and then they started coming out with
Yeah.
sprayed edges, and I was like, oh, I could be even more bougie? Absolutely.
Yeah. I remember the first special edition we got was, or special edition with the sprayed edges was Heart of Iron
Yeah.
by Ashley Poston from Owl Crate. And it was the purple edges. And I was just like, oh, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
And then it's just evolved from there to have it being almost straight up art. on
I
it.
think my first special edition was Six of Crows. 'Cause it
Oh,
was
no, you're
black.
right.
Yeah.
Definitely. It was 100% Six of Crows.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool!" And then it's just been. It used to be all black, and then we got the Ashley Poston, which was all purple. And I mean, what's the second Six of Crows? Twisted Kingdom,
Crooked Kingdom.
Crooked Kingdom. Blah, 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 blah.
That one was red, right?
That one was red, so
Yeah.
it's and then I was like, "These are so cool." And then they came out with Fourth Wing had the dragons, and
The
I was like,
stenciled edges, yeah.
and I was like, well, that's cool. And then now it's like over the top, beautiful, crazy, and I was like, I must have all the crazy ones.
Yep.
Now I want to start doing them myself
Yeah.
because because I have so much free time to
Of course.
take on this hobby. Okay, my turn.
You don't want 5'3" or 5'4".
Watch me get 5'3".
No, watch her get 5'4".
2'6", I guess.
2'6".
2'6".
Would you rather read only physical books or read only e-readers? Now look, in a perfect world, I would rather read physical books. My life, if I could not get an e-reader and had to read physical books at this point, I would never read a book.
Yeah.
So, in the time period I am at right now, I have to say e-reader. But if the world was perfect and I could just walk away and have whatever I wanted, it'd be physical books. 100%. What about you guys?
Yeah, I think physical books for me. I much prefer having that physical book in front of me. The e-readers just for the convenience, especially when like I'm at work or something and I'm walking down the hallways and I just want to get a few pages in.
Yeah.
But yeah, 90% of the time, 95% of the time probably, I would say I'd rather have a physical book.
Same.
Yeah.
Just same as what you guys said.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot more on my e-reader just because it is so much more convenient. I don't have to have the light on at night when I read because I have the Kindle Paperwhite, so the light, the like backlight of it helps. And then, I don't have to hold the book up or like turn the page or whatever. So it is so much more convenient, but also there's just something special about books.
Right.
As much as I love my Kindle, I honestly would just prefer like to read a book, but there's
Also,
so
I
many
think-
inconveniences to books, but yeah.
I think when I get my own house that I own and I'm settled and this is where I'm going to go and I'm not going to move anytime soon, then I'll really, really, really want to stuff up my library.
Yeah.
But as it is, I literally look at every time I move, I go, what can I leave behind here?
Oh, yeah.
Especially when we were like with our parents and stuff. It's like my dad has so many of my books because I was like, I don't want to have to move all of these all at once. So yeah. And it's like I'd go and start selling a ton of books back to the used bookstores because I'd be like, I don't need to move all of these right now
Yeah.
and make a little extra money and I'll go buy other ones that I want. So
Right.
yeah. E-readers are much more affordable and less heavy boxes to move.
Yeah.
All right, Marissa.
5-1.
Ooh.
We're rolling a lot of 5s on this. I wish they were actually my rogue dice. Which character would you like to have dinner with?
Oh, that's a fun one.
What about you, Megan?
I think I just read the book People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. The main character from that, her name is Poppy, and she has like literally traveled the world for her job. I'd probably want to be with her. Also, she also goes to vintage shops and wears like a bunch of vintage clothing, and I'd probably have a lot of fun with her. Also because I just recently read the book. Like I finished it yesterday, actually. She's like forefront in my brain. So I think I'd enjoy just to hear all of her stories and talk about vintage clothing with her because she sounds really fun and cute.
Nice.
How about you, Jenna?
Man, actually, this is a hard one.
I would not want to have dinner with Kaz Brecker because I feel like he would do something to poison me.
Nina would be fun though.
Nina would be fun, yeah.
She has such a love for food, so it would be fun to.
I do also
with her.
love waffles. We have waffles every Sunday.
I'm like going through my books of recently read to get an idea. I think for books that I've recently read, I'd choose Amina Al-Sarafi. I feel like she'd have tons of fun stories,
That's a good one.
and it would not be anything short of the most entertaining dinner ever. So
I agree.
What about you, Rissa?
Originally, I was going to say Alexia Terabati
Oh,
because
yes.
of the she will eat everything. But if I'm thinking of that same world and you're thinking of like stories and who would be fun,
Yes.
Lord Akaldama.
Lord
Right.
Akaldama.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
He
Yes.
would have such a fun dinner. Like,
Yeah.
It would just.
Look, I
wouldn't-
want to go to dinner at his house. I want him to throw the dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah, he wouldn't eat anything.
No, but it'd be a very fun dinner.
Yeah, it would be so fun.
Yeah.
And he would like make sure all of your favorite stuff was there.
Oh yeah.
He would be like the best host.
And you would probably interact with Alexia and
Yeah, oh yeah,
all
Alexia
of
would
it,
be
because
there.
it wouldn't be
Whole dinner with
one
everybody.
person. He's
Yeah.
not doing an intimate dinner. He's doing a big, huge fiasco.
I don't think Lord Macon would be there though. They tolerate each other.
Yeah, Alexia might bring him along though.
Yeah.
Although, is this pre or post Biffy?
But I also would really like, and that's partly a spoiler for other stuff, but his other friends that you would know about,
Yes.
those ones would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. That I feel like because he has a
Mhm.
long history, he would definitely do that. Okay, it's me. 5-1. Oh no,
That's
it's
what-
1-5.
Okay,
Sorry.
I was gonna say, stop rolling my rolls, Megan.
I'm just a copycat. All right, which character would you like to see in a different genre? Ooh, okay.
And what genre?
Yes.
Yeah.
What genre are they in, and what one do you want them in?
Okay, listen. Amina Al-Sarafi in a romance because I just want to see her and her husband's.
No.
But, yeah, you just because you don't like what's his name.
I hated it.
I would like to see all of her dalliances.
That would be fun. Trying to think. I feel like I'd want someone like Alexia in a mystery, where she had to like.
Isn't that all of the books?
Yeah,
though?
all the books are mysteries still
That's,
too.
That's fair, but I just want her like in a
Like a gritty mystery. Almost?
yeah, like a more of like a thriller.
noir.
A noir.
Like a
yeah.
like a noir thriller or something. So you had like because she's funny and she's quippy and it'd be fun and it would take a different aspect of like a thriller and it'd be like she'd be the almost like comedic relief, but at the same time have it like that like anxious like thing. So I guess that's a kind of a cheap answer because we see her in a mystery aspect already, but it would be fun.
Yeah.
Or let's see. I'll think of another one too. Because I feel like that is kind of a cheap answer. So I'll come up with another one as you tell me to, Nessa. Go
That's
ahead.
fine. Just because I don't know how it would work, and I don't actually really want to read it, but just curious. I'd like to take Priya and Malini and put them in a rom-com.
Oh my gosh.
Because I don't know how it would work, but I could see it.
So Priya would be like Malini would be like the ingenue. I don't know how to pronounce that word. The basically up and coming like starlet almost.
Oh,
See,
okay,
I was
yeah.
seeing
From, like,
Malini
Old
was
Money.
like the boss. Like, so I was thinking of like, can he keep a secret?
Mhm.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Malini's like the boss,
like a boss.
and then
yeah.
Priya's the one that's like lower, but she's actually really smart and can do everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
I think that would actually be really fun. Now I need to find a cute rom-com. There's got to be like a Desi themed rom-com, right?
Yeah.
About two women.
Totally.
I'm
We got to
sure.
find it.
I'm sure. Honestly.
Did you come up with any others, Jenna?
I think that the fun thing is that you just I think that rom-com is one of those ones that would be fun to put almost any
Yeah, I agree.
people in because it's like especially these deep fantasy books that we have where like it's these huge world moving wars and they're kind of serious people.
Life or death.
And then it's like to put them into kind of like a funny little
lighthearted-
lighthearted rom-com would be fun.
That's
Okay.
what
So
fan
now
fiction's for.
it really is. Now, opposite of that, though, what one of your guys is like Ashley Poston rom-com things would you see in a big fantasy epic?
well, before I answer that, I was going to say, and Megan wouldn't really know or care as much, but I would enjoy Alec and Magnus in a rom-com.
Dude, they're basically
They
a
are
rom-com.
essentially a rom-com in the thing, but having them
Yes.
put into those funny things, and then it would be kind of cool to have the rom-com of each of those.
all of the different couples in there.
Yeah, so I don't want to give away
Yeah.
who Izzy ends up with and all
Yeah.
that, but yeah, each of the couples would be fun to have little rom-coms about. So the rom-coms that would be fun and deep fantasy, huh?
Yeah, who because I didn't read your guys' rom-coms, but you guys read all the like Ashley Poston and stuff like
Emily
that.
Henry.
Yeah.
So I am reading right now I'm reading, I think it's Great Big Beautiful Life, which is her newest one that just came out on Tuesday. The characters from that one I think would do really well in a like a historical fiction, like almost Outlander kind of thing, because they are biographers and they're like interviewing. It's very the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo meets a romance, but I feel like the story of this one is more focused on the Evelyn Hugo style character than the actual romance. So I think you might enjoy it, sort of, only because it feels like very much that. But I would love to see them in an Outlander fantasy style where they're like swept in the past and they have to like all of these, you know, people that they have learned history about, they get to actually meet.
There you go.
Very Doctor Who.
I was just thinking, almost any of the Emily Henrys would be fun to put into a fantasy because Ashley Poston is kind of like paranormal fantasy anyway.
Yeah.
But any of the Emily Henrys would be fun to put in a fantasy because they're mostly bookish people.
Yeah, they're either writers or readers or something. Yeah.
And then I'd say, well, any of her Geekerella ones would be really funny to put them in the fantasy because they're all
straight up Cinderella.
Yeah. Well, they're all like the Cinderella things, but they're all teenagers that are all into like the nerd Comic-Con thing. So they'd be like, oh my God, yes. And then and then I think that it'd be funny to see the Allie Hazelwoods in fantasy. She did do The Bride, which kind of is a fantasy thing, but because they're all mathematicians and super analytical, so I feel like they'd come in there and be like, wait a minute, none of this is adding up and none of this makes sense. And like, scientifically speaking, this is not going to happen.
That's literally Emily Wilde, like the premise of Emily Wilde.
Oh, okay, well now I'm more interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, because she's a scientist.
So wait, who's my turn?
Yeah.
3-1.
Oh, I like this one.
Is there a genre you won't touch with a 10-foot pole? Megan.
Guess what, you guys? Poetry.
Poetry.
Though Marissa has like Nikita Gill sounds very intriguing to me. So I will test out Nikita Gill maybe someday. But there's a like history. I don't like historical books. Just because it makes me feel like I'm back in school and reading something I don't want to read when there's plenty of other books that I could be spending my time on. So mostly like a lot of like the historical stuff. Especially if it's like super heavy. Like anything about war. I just it's too much for me. So mostly poetry and likely anything heavy historical.
Like nonfiction historical.
Yeah, nonfiction historical, yeah.
There's nothing that I like. I can't say that there's anything that I wouldn't read. Like almost anytime, if there's an interesting enough premise for a book, I will read it. So for me, it's like I will almost always give it a try. So I like nonfiction as long as it's interesting nonfiction. I'm not huge on history, but there's some books that I find very fascinating. I want to know more about them. And I want to say autobiographies are not my thing, but there's some people that I do want to hear about them. But I also feel sometimes like autobiographies are just like, let me tell you my story. That being said, I really want to read the one that I bought you for My Favorite Murders. Karen and George's.
That's a great book.
Yeah, it's like, and we were just talking about him. Neil Patrick Harris wrote, and it's like
I have his.
I want to read his.
I have that one too. You can
so it's like
his is great because it's a choose your own autobiography.
Yeah. It's like some people I actually would read their autobiographies. Some people I'm like, I don't care about your autobiography. So it's like I think as long as the story's well written and intriguing, there's nothing that I wouldn't read.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of the same way. I don't like romance, so I don't go for romance. But I mean, even technically, Soulless is in the romance section.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously I read it.
Right.
I probably wouldn't be reading any of the like Fabio books, That's not my genre.
Western romances are not
Yeah.
Marissa's
Oh,
thing.
Western probably not either. I don't like Westerns that much. But just like Jenna said, I could probably find something I like in anything. Like history, I don't really like American history.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of like World War II history, but there's other parts of history that I like to read about. So I can usually find.
Well,
something.
you got the Radium Girls,
Yeah.
and that's technically American history. And
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I was thinking more like revolutionary American
I know.
history.
I'm the same way. It's like
I'm
there's
not
parts
going to
of
read the
history I don't
Hamilton
care.
book.
Yeah, so I can't really say there's anything that I wouldn't touch with. My first thought was dark romance, and I was like, that's a lie, Jenna. You've read lots of dark romances, but it's like every time I read a dark romance, there's a part of me that dies inside that I'm reading this dark romance.
But then you continue to read
but
it.
then I continue to read it, and I read another one. So it's like I can't even get mad at those either. So yeah, there's something for. I can find something that I enjoyed in everything, and I can be intrigued enough that I'll read it, even if I don't like it, and I keep making myself finish it.
Yeah.
What was that what question that we had about like is there a long time ago we asked her like is there a book series that you are you mad that you finished or whatever?
Yeah.
Haunting Adeline.
I can't. I'm genuinely shocked that you read those books and read the second
genuinely
one.
So like look, by that point I needed to know what happened and I hated every minute of it.
Yeah.
Every minute of it. Anyway. Now I just lost just like every follower we had. Just kidding.
Shall we do one more round?
Yeah, let's do another.
Sounds good.
All right. 4, 6. Those are different ones than I've had.
No 5s.
I know. I'm so surprised. Oh, that kind of goes along with it. Are there any books you want to read outside your normal genre? Do you have any books on your TBR that are outside your normal genre?
I have a lot.
Yeah?
You start though. Go. You get to start your first.
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. It's hard because my normal genre changes
Yeah.
constantly. It's never
You're the most diverse out of all three of us here.
I still haven't read it, but I need to read Flip the Script, which is a romance.
Which is a romance.
Yeah, that's on
At
my
least it's
TBR.
gay though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one. I don't have my hopes high for you,
yeah.
even though I gifted it to you. But I do hope you enjoy it. I do hope you think it's at least cute and not insufferable.
Yeah.
I have I read the first of the Dresden Files series, and that's paranormal.
Yeah.
And I have the second one on my. Well, I genuinely don't know if this is the second one because they're all written in a way that there's like an overarching throughout the series, but there's like mini mysteries, in each book. So I assume it's the second one. I don't know. It could be like the 12th for all I know. But I have that one. So that one's probably like the largest outside of my normal genre that I'm reading. I also have the one that Angela gifted me when we did our like exchange books a couple years ago that I never read because it's Peony in Love. I don't know who wrote it. And it's just not something that intrigues me.
Yeah.
And I think it's like it's a historical fiction, I think. But I don't read the flaps, so I don't know what it is. So, readers or listeners out there, if you have read that one, let me know if it might be up my alley. If not, then I might.
Also, eventually, Nikita Gill at some point.
Yeah, Nikita Gill. Yeah, I should just borrow one of your books, and then it's on my shelf.
And then you'll remember it.
And then I'll be like, okay, fine. It's time.
I mean, the good news about it, too, especially with poetry books, is you don't have to read it all at once.
Yeah.
Because they're
You can
each
read a
their
couple.
own. Yeah, hey, I want to read some of these. You read through them, you're like, okay, I'm not in the mood for this, put it down. Or, I'm really into this, and keep reading.
Exactly. So, specifically the Goddess one that you had mentioned.
Yeah, that's what I would probably give you.
Yeah, that's what I would probably start with.
Yeah.
But I do in my planner, shout out to the planner people. In my planner, there is a section for poetry that I've filled in only once, but I did a novel in verse, and that was Clap When You Land. And so I was like, yeah, it's technically poetry. It's a novel in verse, so it technically counts. But I did the audiobook, so it didn't even feel like poetry. I wonder if there's an audiobook of her.
I don't know. I
Stuff.
would feel weird. Okay, this is just me personally. unless you are the author, so if like she did the audiobook
Herself.
for her own poems, I would probably be okay with it. But if somebody else is reading the poems, I don't want to hear it.
That's interesting.
Because poetry is a very personal thing.
I agree.
And it's interpreted different ways of how you like emphasize things
Mhm.
in it. And yes, it can be written to be emphasized in different ways, but also people read it emphasizing different parts.
Yeah.
So
So it's, unless it's like directly from the author and how she wants you to listen to it,
yeah,
or it should be how you interpret it yourself.
exactly.
I was gonna say I completely understand that, because even re-listening to books that I've read, I'll be like, that's not how I imagine them saying it. And
Yeah.
like, it sounds so much more whiny when you read it aloud. And it's like, there'll
Yeah.
be things like that. And I'm like, oh, why did, like, it's like just the tone of voice that people will use sometimes. It just doesn't fit for me.
Listen, that happened with me with freaking Onyx Storm,
Oh, yeah.
since the graphic audio doesn't come out until May. So I was like, I'll just do the regular audiobook because I got to skip the line thing from the thing. The way the main narrator does Zayden's voice
Ugh.
is so whiny. And I was like, how does anyone find this attractive?
Me with Under the Whispering Door in May.
Was she whiny?
She
Yeah.
was so
It was a
annoying.
male
Mhm.
narrator? Okay.
Yeah, she was so annoying by the way he says her dialogue.
Yeah.
But like when I read it, I'm like, no, she's spunky.
And this, right. And that's another thing of interpretation,
Yeah.
even just for a regular book, because to me, she was just spunky. I never once thought she was annoying, but I guess if you do an annoying voice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she comes off annoying.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if, oh, that's like mind tripping.
Yeah.
Because how people like absorb books.
Jenna, we got off topic. What's your
Oh, yeah, right.
genre?
You know what's funny? I was just looking at my Goodreads because I was like, oh, I have so many. And then I was like, I'm going to pull up my Goodreads so I don't forget them. But for some reason, I don't have them all added on my Goodreads. I have like 2 or 3 of them. Kristen Hanna did The
Oh, yeah.
Nightingale and The Women.
Women.
I want to read both of those. And those are historical fiction, I think. And that's not usually my genre. I had a friend who told me that they read the Kabul Beauty School, which is nonfiction. I have quite a few nonfiction books that I know I want to read, but they're not on my Goodreads, and I can't remember them off the top of my head. But nonfiction's not usually my genre, so it's like when I'm in the right mood for it. I want to finish all of the dang it, I lost her name. She did The Stranger Beside Me.
Anna and not
I know,
Rice.
not Anne Rice.
Rule and Rule.
Anne Rule. I want to read all of her books because I really enjoyed The Stranger Beside Me, and I think I want to listen to them because I felt like they were good stories to listen to.
I've thought
Um,
about that too. I'm so concerned that they're not going to be as good because it's so The Stranger Beside Me was so personal
Right.
and so good that I'm like, I'm sure the other ones are good too, but they're not going to be as personal.
But she's like one of the most well-known authors for serial killer nonfiction books. So yeah, she's definitely one of them. Mainly, there's a lot more nonfiction. I do want to read a lot of Nikita Gill poetry. I do like poetry, but it's not one of my main genres, I'd say. I probably have like 2 or 3 poetry books. One of them was written by my friend Robbie on my bookshelf. And I'm in the little author's note. Thank you at the end.
Oh,
He's so
yay.
sweet. But yeah, I don't have that many books, poetry books, but I do want to read a lot more of them. So, those would go on there. I know there was like a Greek mythology book that was written. I mean, it's Greek mythology. I enjoy it, but it wasn't, like necessarily like a Percy Jackson or a fantasy retelling kind of one. So I wanted to read that too. I can't remember the name of it. See, this is why I should put them on Goodreads, but I didn't.
Yeah.
All right, Megan, your turn.
Okay, my last roll is 6-1. Hey, I didn't copy you this time.
Hey.
All right. Which character would you cook a meal for and what would you make? Okay, listen. I'm gonna go dark here.
Oh gosh.
and I'm thinking of like a villain I would poison.
Oh, okay.
So give me a second to think about it while I think of what villain deserves to be. I'm
Who
thinking
do I
of
want
like
to poison the most?
freaking Pekka Rollins from Six of Crows, who deserved to be poisoned.
That's so funny that you're going dark in the fact that you want to like kill somebody. I was gonna go dark of like I would choose like Katniss, who's probably starving at the beginning, or like Rue or somebody who
Yeah.
would just be starving, and I'd just make them like a big pasta that would just fill them up.
Yeah.
Look, that is the sweetest thing. Marissa turned sweet.
I
Megan
know.
turned dark.
You're
I feel
usually
like
the
I have to-
pessimist. I'm the optimist. Hang on, let me change my answer. We got to stick in
Let's
character
switch.
here.
Let's
Yeah,
switch.
we'll switch. I think I would also probably want to. I'm thinking of all the villains that I just genuinely don't like, but I feel like a lot of the books that I've read recently, where the villains are like kind of sympathetic, I guess. So it's kind of tough.
Chandra.
Oh yeah, Chandra. Okay, I'd give her the poison in the goblin. Spoiler alert.
I
Yeah.
would pull it a Melanie.
Will come back to me. I'm gonna like think over my villains, and
Okay.
I'll even pull up my Goodreads and
You know
look
what's
at
really
villains
funny?
for each.
Is you're like, what character would you want to cook dinner for, and what would you make? And for some reason, all I could think of was vampires and blood.
Oh, there you go. Just
And
make
for
a human.
some reason, like that's all I could think of was like, oh, like I'd have a vampire over and I just give them blood. Like it'd be a very easy meal. Don't have to do much. Just maybe warm it up like some Campbell's soup on the stove or something.
Yeah.
It was
Why
like-
am I just picturing Spike and Buffy when he's got the like straw of blood? Or the library, kiss the librarian mug that Giles has?
Yes. But no, I was just like I think it would be fun to make like brunch for Nina. All the
Yeah.
waffles and like French toast and like I could just like especially now like Pinterest has all these like fun like crazy waffle ideas that you can come up with of like, oh, cheddar cheese biscuit waffles and stuff like that. And I can just imagine her face of like, all of these are waffles?
I don't
Be fun.
bake, so I'm going to give this one to you for baking. You can do Alexia.
Yeah. Yeah.
She'll love all
all
the
the
sweets.
pastries.
I mean,
all the
she'll try
pastries.
everything, but
Yeah. I don't know. It's fun because it's like I when I'm reading books, I can think of all these like, oh, this person likes this and this likes this, and in Love Light Farms, one of the rom-com books, they have a baker, and it would be fun to bake with her. Like,
ooh, reverse. If somebody makes me food, I'm going to say Ruth and Iggy.
oh
Fried
yeah,
green tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe.
there you go.
Nice
I-
southern food.
Well, you wouldn't want to be there at a specific time.
That's fine. I don't care. I'll do it.
Whereas is like this just makes my cannibalism thing much more
I was
interesting.
gonna say, yeah.
They smothered it in barbecue sauce. It's fine.
I
And
don't.
you
What
know
I
what?
don't know doesn't hurt
Fine.
me.
If I'm going to eat anybody, really, it should be that guy.
Yeah.
Whereas you're gonna be really under investigation with the amount of cannibalism stuff we're talking
Oh, the FBI has me tapped for sure.
about. Yeah, reversing this is a lot more fun. I want to eat all of the pastries from that woman that I just talked
Well,
about.
my brain was like, you're like, I want to eat. And my brain was like, well, what character is she going to choose?
Who do I want to
She going to
eat? Sexually or
Whoa.
cannibalistically?
I'm curious about what both answers now.
That's this is inappropriate.
This is inappropriate. Okay. Okay. I have come up with my answer.
Okay.
For who I would make food for, I would make a good Southern home cooked meal for who was the bad guy in your book from last year? Where did it go? The Unmaking of June Farrow.
Oh,
Oh,
The
priest person?
the
Yeah,
priest
priest
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
there you
Who
go.
was really creepy. I would probably make a good Southern home cooked meal for him
And take him out.
and put in some
Those
night
black eyed
lock.
peas, they tasted fine to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
take him out because he caused a lot of issues. I don't know.
It's such a good joke.
It's a great joke.
Some of our listeners will know.
It's a
Okay.
Dixie Chick song. Goodbye, Earl.
It's just the chicks now, Jenna.
Just the Chick. Sorry, not Dixie. But Goodbye, Earl. it's great because it came out way like in the 90s. Marissa was a baby, and she used to go around screaming. The best part about this, she used to go around screaming in her diapers, "'Cause Earl had to die."
Oh my gosh.
And then we listened to it again, and she was probably in middle school, and we're listening to it again. She goes, "They poisoned him?" I was like, "Marissa, you've been singing about
You
Earl
were
had to
aware,
die."
your awareness
But it changed.
came in.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you sing a song as a kid and you don't know what you're singing.
Exactly.
It's like singing Baby Got Back. Like, you don't know what you're singing. You just think, oh, it's a funny song about butts. But, like, that was Goodbye Earl. It was just, I don't know what it was. It was just a fun song to sing. And then you talk about, like, Earl had to die, and I don't understand why or what's going
Yeah.
on. And then I'm listening to the song, and there's that line that says, some black-eyed peas, they tasted all right to me, Earl. I'm like, oh my god, they poisoned him.
Interesting. Mine was O-Town
Oh.
back in the boy band phase, and they had a song called Every 6 Seconds. And it was basically like he gets hard because he thinks about his girl every 6 seconds. And I was just like, as an adult, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
As a young, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, I was like, every 6 seconds, my body. And I was just like, ooh, okay. I didn't know. We didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because my dad explained a song to me early on and told me what it was about, and after that I realized music had meaning, and it was like, so I don't remember really like coming to that realization on my own, because I remember him telling me about it. Which, thinking back, was a really horrible song for him to teach me about. It was "Follow Me" by Uncle Cracker. And he's like, yeah, it's about an affair. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, dang.
yeah, it's a very graphic song about an affair.
Yeah.
Was it Iris by Goo Goo Dolls? Isn't that about an abortion or something?
Yeah, I think
or is that
so,
like
something like that.
something like that? Yeah, there's a lot out there.
But yeah, I remember like, so all those things, but for me, it's always the rewatching kids movies and realizing how adult they are.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
humor is the best for me. Oh my gosh.
I think
love that.
Bluey children now are
Yes.
gonna come back later and realize how deep everything
Oh my
was
gosh, yes.
compared to what,
Oh,
you know?
yeah, easily.
Yeah.
I've been watching Shrek with my son because that's his new favorite, and that's been
Shrek's great for
Shrek
adult
is
it's
the
humor.
great.
It's the best adult humor ever.
I mean, even what Shrek came out when we were like in high school.
They have a new one coming out next year.
Nice. I'm ready. I don't care. Give me all the Toy Stories. Give me all the Shreks.
Yeah, I love
I'm
it.
very ready.
Toy Story. That was the other one.
Okay.
Alright.
Last one for you, Jenna.
Oh yeah. 2-1. I've done a lot of ones.
Yeah, we've got a bingo almost with all our ones.
If you could make the whole world read one book, what would it be? 1,000 Splendid Suns.
I thought for sure you said if you could bake the whole world.
That's what
and I'm
I
like,
heard as well.
Yeah, she
Ah,
might have said
look,
it.
I probably did. If you could make the whole world read one book, what would it be? 1,000 Splendid Suns.
Interesting.
I feel like everyone needs to, and the hard part is that I feel like everyone should read it and be put into that mindset, just to think and realize and kind of. Although there's probably better ones. That's the one that comes to my mind with thinking about the horror and traumas that women can go through. Although Handmaid's Tale is also a really good one for thinking about stuff like that, and how badly and easily we can abuse women. But sadly, not everyone in the world would understand the point or be compassionate enough to understand it. But I think that's one of those ones that, if I wanted everyone's viewpoints to change, for women specifically. What about you, Marissa?
Like you said, I'm sure there's one that I can think of if I have more time to think of it. That would be a better answer. And I don't think everybody would want to read this book, but I really want to recommend. I'm going to keep recommending Society of the Snow.
Yeah.
With because that's just like I said in a previous chapter. It changed my perspective on the like survival of people and like actually love and helping each other rather
Yeah.
than like
Humanity.
conflict. Yeah.
Rather than
So it was really cool. And the cool thing about it too was that like, yeah, they were like this Christian college that they were all part of, but everybody had their own beliefs during that time.
Yeah.
So I think that was something that was, it wasn't super heavy of like, well, God saved us. 'Cause some people, yeah, were very into that. And they're like, yeah, God did help us and he saved us and he was with us during that. but some people just weren't. They're like, that's not what I believed in at that time. What I believed in was each other and whatever else was going on.
Right.
So,
what about you, Megan?
Mine's a little different.
That's okay.
So I'm gonna say Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, only because I think there's just so much that everyone could get at least like something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said earlier, music is just like so incredibly important to me, and that whole thing is about like this band that basically comes together to make this album, and then the like after effects of the album, and there's drama, there's sort of a romance, there's like overcoming addiction. There's a lot of things in there that I think people can like find themselves in. And even if it's just like on the side characters or like having to deal with like one specific thing versus another. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to spoil anything. But that is one. And I highly, highly recommend the audiobook because it is a full cast audio and it's written like a documentary. So if anyone is just like a fan of music, especially if it's like, because it's very Fleetwood Mac coded. So if anyone enjoys Fleetwood Mac or just, you know, music in general, bands, I guess, I think that one is just a really good insight into like music and how it affects people. So yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, that's one of my favorites, like all-time favorites. Oh, I changed my mind. The 10,000 Doors of January.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a great one.
That's
I think yours makes sense, but I understand why you want to say the 10,000.
Yeah. Yeah. I will also say, as a general, the 10,000 Doors of January, because I also feel like that is one that people can just really enjoy.
Yeah.
And get something out of. If you're just, like you said, you always describe it as a love note to readers. Yeah. So.
If you're a reader, 10,000 towards January. If you're just anyone that maybe wants to get into reading, Daisy and the Six.
Daisy Jones and the Six, yeah. That one's really cute. Not cute. It's not cute at all. Sorry.
That one's really cute.
The 10,000 Doors of January is cute. Daisy Jones and the Six is just very, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a really good story.
Yeah.
That comes full circle in the end.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to keep playing just because I want to keep playing, but I know that at some point you guys are going to get sick of listening to us answering questions. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for our 50th chapter here. This is super exciting. I can't believe that we are already at 50.
Right.
I feel like we just started this podcast.
I agree. That's what I was thinking was like, I know once we hit 30 in our volume 1, I was like, dang, that's a really good accomplishment. But then I was like counting and I was like, wait, when are we going to hit 50? And because our volume 2 has like started from 1 again, I was like, oh, let's count it. And then I was like, oh, dang, we have a couple more episodes until we hit 50, you guys.
Wow.
Great job, you guys.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome job, guys. You did great. But you know, as usual, before we fully finish up, we have to talk about what we're reading. What we're currently reading. So, Marissa, what are you reading?
I have not been reading lately. I've been playing Assassin's Creed because if I'm not playing Monster Hunter now, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Shadows.
You're reading the prompts on the game of what you have to do.
The prompts, there's a lot of like historical facts in there. There's a lot of like databases that I can read in that.
Yeah.
But
tutorials.
Yeah, exactly. I do need to get started on the Fellowship book. For Ryan's book, The Intercepts by T.J. Payne. So that'll be my next book I read, but
yeah,
I just haven't been reading.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I will say about that one, it's very quick, very easy. It is like, I will say of all of our books, I assume it's going to be the easiest for you because it's straightforward and there's literally no romance.
Perfect.
And it's
I was going to say Kurt Vonnegut, but Kurt Vonnegut has some romance and that's straightforward and little and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finished that in like a day and a half. It was on a work day too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I also think just from what I know of you, I think it might be your favorite of the year.
Okay.
Outside of your chosen book, maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Megan? What are you reading?
Yes, I am reading, I mentioned it earlier, but Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. It is her brand new one. I've been on an Emily Henry kick. I just finished People We Meet on Vacation. I loved that one.
I knew you would.
I
Like, I knew it wouldn't be as good as the others, but I knew
Yeah.
you'd like it because it's the friends to
The
lovers.
friends to lovers. And she did a great job of like sprinkling the romance throughout
Yeah.
their friendship,
Yeah.
which I really, really enjoyed. I just wish if I'm going in a romance, I want a good sex scene. And there was like, it was not a good sex scene.
Yeah, it was not a good sex scene.
It was like the worst, one of the worst I've ever read that did not fade to black.
Yeah, it was.
And I was very
It
disappointed.
was not a fun sex scene. That's,
It-
I think, probably what killed it for me because it was not a fun sex scene and I don't like friends to lovers.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I did not enjoy this. But yeah, it was not my favorite when I read it. But I think that I wonder if I could go back and reread it and enjoy it again because reading the Emily Henry's now, I enjoy her banter a lot more. So I think I
Yeah.
could get into the dialogue better and enjoy it more, knowing that I'm not going to get the good sex scene.
You should read Great Big Beautiful Life because I also think that you would like that one.
I will definitely put that on my list. For sure.
Did you read The Seven Husbands of
I
Evelyn
did
Hugo,
not
right?
yet. It's on my
Oh,
list, but it's like
this
a
is
huge,
like-
stupid long wait.
the perfect segue into that one.
Okay,
I think.
let's see. Let me look at my Libby and see.
Yeah,
how
let's
long
see
I have
what's
to
the-
wait for my Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I have about an 8-week wait on Seven Husbands of Evelyn.
And how long have you had it up?
Okay, I am currently 132nd in line. I started out 267.
So you're halfway there.
I'm halfway there.
Dang. Yeah. I ended up buying Great Big Beautiful Life on my Kindle because I was driving home yesterday from Disneyland. And since I finished your book and I was like, well, this book came out, so I'm just going to hop right into that one. I've technically also been reading the third Emily Wiles book and I just cannot get into it.
Oh, no.
But also I was sick.
That's fair. You know, sometimes when you're sick, you just need easy things because
Yeah.
you can't get deep into things.
And this one does require a lot of brain power. And that's why I've just been kind of like,
Can I just say, I don't know how you guys do Libby. I couldn't do that. I couldn't because I'm such a, like, I have to read when I want to read.
Oh.
I can't be like
You're
dictated.
a mood reader.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't be dictated of like, okay, you can read this in 8 weeks. And I'm
You-
like, no.
You can't have the Libby gods hovering over you, like saying no.
And then you go, oh, well, I'll skip it now because I'm not ready for it. And it's like, cool, now that I'm ready for it, I gotta wait 4 more weeks for it. I
So
can't do it.
So with Libby, I always wait just like a week. So I always try to like do just a week out each time. And then I can come back and like decide each week, like, is this something I want to read? Is this something I want to read? And I always have about 12 books on hold at any given time
Yeah.
because it's like anything that I want to read. And if I really, 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 really want it that bad, I'll get it on Kindle or on Audible Book or whatever. With the exception of like a handful of ones that I'm like, I really, really want to read this, but I just don't want to spend the money on it because I don't want to have like right now I have the third and fourth in a series that I read on Kindle Unlimited where the first 2 were free. And I'm like, I'm not going to buy the third and fourth ones.
Oh, yeah.
Just to have the third and fourth.
And
Like,
not have the first.
and not have
yeah.
the first 2. So to me, it was like I didn't want to buy those 2, so I'll just wait, even though I want to read them. But yeah, that's the only way I can do it is through Libby that way. It's worth having because those books like the Very Secret Society of Irregular Riches, where I was like, I know I want to read it one day, but I might not be in the mood for it now, and it's probably going to be a while in the future, so I'll just put it on my hold list, and then at that time, maybe I'll be in the mood, and I can skip it out, and then whenever I'm in the mood, I just pick it up. That being said, I keep making mistakes of accepting books and not being in the mood for them, and then they're sitting for 21 days, and then all of a sudden it gets down to like the last 10, and I'm like, crap, I have to read these books really
Yeah.
quick. So, that's where I end up running into trouble. But I also have a kid, so I have to plan a little bit ahead of it.
What are you reading?
Okay, I am currently re-listening to A Court of Mist and Fury because I wanted to give a graphic audiobook a
Oh,
go,
yeah.
and so I wanted it to be a book that I knew that I'd enjoy, and those are one of my favorites. And actually, I have all of her A Court of Thorn and Roses, the whole series, on just regular audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have, as many times as I have reread these books, I read A Court of Thorn and Roses once. And then I have read A Court of Mist and Fury probably 4 times. And started from there and read
Yeah.
it again. Because
Yeah, you don't need to read the first
I
one.
was just like, oh, I
You
don't
know
want to
it.
go back and enjoy the romance that doesn't work out. And it's not going to be something I enjoy as much. I'm glad I did because there was a lot of things that I just forgot about in the first book. So I re-listened to that on regular audiobook and then jumped into Court of Mist and Fury to do the graphic audio, which is my first graphic audio ever.
How are you enjoying it?
It's cool. It's unique. I think that if I get the chance, I'd choose a graphic audio over just a plain narration for most big fantasy books like this again.
Yeah.
It's different because there's like background sounds and
Yeah.
noises, and every once in a while, I'll be like, did I open an app on my phone? And there's like a weird music in the background,
Yeah.
but it's cool. It's different. I'm enjoying it. And I think that if I got into it, I'd really enjoy it. I did just finish reading it was called it's called On Midnight Shores by Julie Olivia. And it was a small town rom-com kind of thing. It's like the third in a series.
Did you know that before going into it?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of. So it was one of those ones where, like, I don't know if you guys have all seen on Pinterest, not Pinterest, on well, Pinterest, but Instagram and stuff. People have like the two main characters and will have like little notes, and it's like a little line with an arrow tells, oh, Grumpy, and oh,
Yeah.
Sunshine,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I think it had a quote from the book, and I was like, that sounds interesting. And he's like, they're both artists, and I was like, okay, I want to read this. You know, like he's like the tattooed bad boy, and she's like the good girl of the town or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm curious, I'm interested. And it was like, then I found out it was a third, and I was like, you know what? In rom-com series, you know how it ends up.
Yeah.
They're gonna end up together. Like,
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't.
And it's
even
probably
care.
like side characters from the book,
Yeah.
the first or second book. Yeah.
So I was like, I don't care. It does all have to do with one family. So you get a lot of the post what happens in the first two. Because I went back and found out who the first two were about, and they obviously talk about it. So it's like you do get to find out like the ending for those books, but it's rom-coms. I don't care. So I really enjoyed those. She might become one of my authors that I go back and read all of her books too. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That was a long tangent about the books that I'm reading.
You're fine.
As we know, I tend to do that. Okay, so yeah, guys, 50th episode. We're pretty excited. It's awesome. Please spread the word about us. Come find us on Facebook, Instagram. I know that we don't post as much as we should. We really want to. Life is just crazy, and we're going to be better about it, I swear. But interact with us. It's a lot easier for us to want to post and do things when we have some interaction and we have people commenting and talking to us. Because no one wants to post things when no one talks about it. But Facebook, Instagram, and then you can literally listen to us on any platform now for podcasting. So, you know, if you know people that want a bookish podcast, tell them about us. They don't have to have Spotify anymore or iHeartRadio. We're on Apple Play and all that fun stuff too. So we're going to end on a quote, as we always do. And this is just a short, sweet quote. And it says, "The shortest distance between two people is a story," by Patty Dye or Dig. So thanks, Patty. I think that's great. Hey, till next time.
Yay for 50.
Yay!
All right, guys.
Bye.